Gang, it's Hexy. Back to Counterattack, the Battle of Arras 1940 Revolution Games. It's over. 5 turns, and it's over. It was fun though getting to that. You see all the casualties up yonder here. I just decided let's push with the Allies and let's see what we can do. So that 25th Panzer or whatever really never got to do anything because they got smacked in the face right off the bat. So obviously, because it's short of 7 game turns, that's the length of the game is 7, but don't let that fool you. It takes a little bit longer depending on how your impulse, like I know this last impulse, it changed hands 7 times, and they both used their reset. So you have this interesting rule that if you have the advantage marker, all right, you have this little thing where you can reset everybody on the board. So you can flip all the spent units back over to their fresh side, and you start the process again. And you don't lose your momentum, but you don't get to use it but once a turn. All right. So, and actually the Axis never did use theirs. Never got the chance because, as you can see all these the trundles or whatever they're called, the British, all the way up in here and here and all the way up there to Zone E, because they got a Frenchie got off here in the Bapaume box, and that's one of the automatic victory rules. So they were able to clear this just enough to where they could trace supply all the way back. And this flak unit, he can't attack. And the infantry units for the Germans that were in this area, and Rommel, who you'll notice is not on the board anymore because he was killed. He was destroyed. So there you have it. Interesting mechanics for this game. This was fun. Now I understand Wardrobe told me that Patton, I think, is the other game that's like this. So I might have to look into that one. And if there's any more that go with that. Okay, so, all right. First area movement game for me. I enjoyed it. It's a lot easier to deal with the counters. If you lay the counters down like this along the edges of the area, then you can probably tell your front line a little better. Okay. A little harder to discern as opposed to a hex and counter game where you can see the units. All right. But all in all, this was very enjoyable. Simple game with just enough complexity to give it some realism. Okay. Obviously I could play this a little different as the Germans for a different outcome. The thing that I don't know. So the Germans can't cross, they can't go into the blue. They can't move into them. All right. But their objective is not to go all the way up there. Their objective is to keep British units other than Arras on the other side of the river. Can it be done? I'm not sure. Maybe if these reinforcements were to come on the next turn. Maybe if the 25th Panzer was able to do something. All right. I don't know. I never got that far because they never got the opportunity. The French once the French cavalry got released, there was at least a minimum of 1 turn delay on the 25th to get released, depending on your die roll. So once they got released and moved down here, they were able to clear out all these zones. Now this one is contested still because there's Germans. The Germans were trying to attack back in, but they've got their path right there going all the way back up. So that automatic victory is at the end of a turn. I would do something like this again. Now this makes me want to get out those Clash of Arms Civil War games. They're great games that are area movement. Seen Callendale, he played most of them, but that looks like they might be fun too. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. This is Counterattack Battle of Arras 1940. I think this thing is less than $25. I can't remember, or it might be $25. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. I really do. Because it's not real tough to play. Like I say, there's some little bit of complexity. It's nothing killer, nothing that'll drive you up the wall. Make you think a little bit though about what you're doing. Area movement. Yep, this was fun. I understand it. I grabbed the concept of it. Nice looking counters. Definitely a beautiful map. Of course, any map that Charles Kibler does is going to be gorgeous. Easy to read counters. Easy use and vision of them on the playing surface. No combat records charts. There's really no charts at all. Everything you need is right here on the board. And for any kind of die roll stuff, it's die roll differentials what determines things. It's got a simple casualty system. They call it attrition points. Where depending on what the dice roll difference is on the combat, whoever loses has to suffer that many attrition points, and you can suffer those by destroying a unit, a fresh unit, or destroying a spent unit, or flipping a unit, or retreating a unit. You just got to make sure, like if you've got to cover 6 APs, you've got to do whatever it takes to make those 6 APs disappear. All right, let's get this wrapped up. Let's get this up so you can see what's going on. I think my next focus is I'm still working with Hurtgen Force back there, the Gauss system, and I think I'm going to start to grind on that. I do have a new arrival that showed up thanks to Clay Stone. I'll probably get some video on that later, but it's another monster game. I won't tell you what it is. I don't know if I've showed anybody yet, but I'll eventually get some footage, or maybe we'll do an unboxing. We'll see of that. But all right, this is Hexy. Enjoyed playing this. If you have it, get it out and play it. It's simple. If you don't and you want an inexpensive, fun game, go over to Revolution and get your hands on this game, because I know you can still buy them from there. All right, we'll talk to y'all shortly.